The knights panicked as they caught the heated glare of the first Princess Voleshka's face as she marched for the double doors, unsure if they should stop her. The sharp clack of her heels against marble made her fast approach like a series of whip cracks, and the guards scattered. Bursting through the doors, they had failed to act at all. She shoved the doors open with the force of an invading soldier despite her small stature. The double doors boomed as they hit the walls. The calamity had sent most of the council members to their feet, hands gripping swords, their blades half drawn. That is, all but the aloof man with purple eyes drinking from his goblet at the other end of the table from the king. Her father, King Eric Aurelia, waved a hand to make them stand down. His face was red, as she had half expected him to call the guards. The advisors grumbled unkind words. She knew their thoughts on her well. Spoiled brat and uncouth are fine by me. Her brown eye gaze rested on the only youth among the old derelict men, a single advisor who gazed back with that rare purple eyes. Milagos Chernobog. Good. I'll need him here for what I am about to offer. How dare these old fools decide both my sister's and my own fate without so much as asking me to be here to bear witness of what they intend to do with us. What is the meaning of this, daughter? Demanded her father with a hardened stare under his crystalline crown and obnoxious red-dyed cape with meek fur trappings. I wish to offer myself up, she announced, sending whispers across the council. We've decided on the matter to send your sister, King Eric, waved a hand at her. Go now. Your crowning is only a day away, my dear, and you shouldn't... How could you even consider sending little Frida to the Whore King when she's not even seen 15 winters? Voleshka marched around the table, all eyes watching as she passed one chair after another, creeping along as she spoke sternly and loudly. Besides, we all know he won't accept an uncrowned princess. Was his request not specifically for me, by name? Pausing, she glared at the old men who sat today, deciding the fate of her and her sister. She demanded an answer, brow raising high. Your Royal Highness, started the advisor of Foreign Affairs, George Strauss, a slimy man who wore expensive attire, loud in colors, and a hat to match. Please, we are only trying to protect the kingdom. This is the only means for a peaceful solution with the Kingdom of Castor. Even the Kingdom of Nassau has accepted the cancellation of your arranged marriage with the crowned third prince, Kashan, over the matter in fear of facing the Whore King's wrath themselves. We are buying time is all. Yes, your Royal Highness, please be mindful, interjected the Brigadier General Theodore Rosenberg, his rank and station sewn on his chest and shoulders as his grand beard shook with his words. We are attempting to avoid a war. His mustache twitched with a sneer as he spoke, offended she had intruded on the meeting. Even if we join forces with the Kingdom of Nassau, they won't arrive for months if the Kingdom of Castor launches a full attack. By the three shades, many of their men are mixed with demon blood. Brigadier General, I am fully aware, she started but was interrupted again. Daughter, I don't think you grasp the gravity of the situation we are in. Her father banged a fist on the table and it echoed. I will not have an insolent child causing a ruckus in my war room. Know your place as a woman, Voleshka. You take me for slow, Voleshka growled, teeth clenched before trying again. If you think sending the wrong princess to that harlot will work, again, she was cut off. Let the grown-ups handle this, your Royal Highness, interrupted Advisor George Strauss as he flicked something from his lapel. We know what we're doing, he insisted. It's in our best interest for you to remain here in Aurelia. Do you have anyone's best interest in mind? Valeshka shrieked, furious now. Do you understand you'll lose both princesses if you first send Frida? We will decide on the matter, interjected Advisor of Commonwealth Claude Vandal, the oldest gentleman in the room, the glasses on his gaunt face massive. The turmoil this can cause for the people of our kingdom would ruin us. We need you to remain here. Besides, Frida is a concubine's daughter. Losing her is not devastating to the kingdom. I am aware that's how the council sees her. But what good will come out of angering? Valeshka started again, but the men continued their joint effort to speak over her. Listen, Your Royal Highness. Brigadier General Rosenberg rose to his feet, his face red as her father's. This is not child's play. Lives are at stake. Leave now so we may discuss these matters. Ping! Metal against metal rang through the commotion. Heads turned to the still, lax posture of the Advisor of Inequity, Melagos Chernobog. Let the princess speak, he demanded, silencing everyone, including the king. I wish to hear what she has to offer, as she seems to be the only one who cares about the reaction the Whore King would have to be to this debauchery you have been discussing for days. Melagos yawned, before motioning for her to continue. Go on, Your Majesty. I wish to hear what it is you propose. You're not wrong that the idea of Frida's arrival would insult him. Trust me, I am very aware of how many things sent him into a quick rage, including my name. Valeshka swallowed as Melagos stared, refilling his goblet with wine. His sword sat across the table now. Did he knock the pommel on his empty cup? Yes, I came here to offer a plan to appease King Alexandrian Castor, the Whore King. Straightening herself, Valeshka projected her voice, carefully articulating her words so as to make no mistake about what she would propose. As you know, he wished to sign this agreement with a magical contract. He has requested the first princess to deliver me, untouched and directly after my crowning. From what I understand, this is par with his preferences. Scanning the room, Valeshka paused on her father's face as he covered his mouth with a hand. Sending the second Princess Frida will only add fuel to the fire. In fact, he anticipates it. In the past, others have tried this, and it's ended with the fall of the kingdoms and clans entirely. Murmurs began to swell among the council until Advisor Chernobog barked, "Silence!" His strong jawlines twitched with annoyance as his long black hair rested down in a sloppy braid on one shoulder. Continue, Valeshka. Her father groaned at the informal drop of her name, but she disregarded it and continued. Let's make him an offer he can't turn down. My coronation is only a day away. We offer a crowned first princess as he requested, but if he would allow time for me to be trained and take on the task as his queen in lieu of... I object to this, shouted Advisor Strauss, who stood in alarm. You can't expect us to agree to this farce. He was a slender and small man in stature, but his voice was enough to make Valeshka wince. This means you're giving him access to the Aurelian throne. You can't be serious, shouted Brigadier Rosenberg as he too stood and towered over her. You want to give him access to our military force. This is madness. Silence, commanded Advisor Chernobog. Don't make me put you both on your knees like whores before Her Royal Highness First Princess Valeshka. They paled and sat, eyes averted from Melagos and Valeshka. Sorry, Valeshka. It seems this council has forgotten its manners. Melagos leaned on the table, his golden chain earrings swinging. Continue. I imagine you're aware of this. Yes, Valeshka restarted slowly, marveling over the way in which the lowest-ranked advisor could overpower the other so easily. Was I mistaken and ill-informed as to where Melagos's rank falls on the council?